Hello people, in this lecture we're going to talk about the differences between HTML helpers and tag helpers. Let's create a new view model so I can have all examples in my hands. Let's create a client VM. I will copy the attributes from uh, another code here. You can pause it and then copy it yourself. I will create a dummy list of countries to use in a select list. This dummy, and I create a dummy enum for gender. Let's create a controller for client controller. Let's just return a view with a new client VM. Add a view. Let's add it empty. Let's say the model of our view is my client VM. All right, I will create a container. It's just bootstrap for just beauty of our code. Let's copy HTML verse tag helpers. Let's create a form with tag helpers as action. Let's say submit, and the method will be post. As we are posting to the same controller, we don't need to specify the ask controller. Let's say a row. We'll see that side by side later on. It's class OMD6. So we're gonna see it side by side. Let's first start with HTML helpers. Here I will copy from a code that I've written for this class. So if you want to copy, just pause the video. Here I will create the form now with just HTML helpers. Here is just a text box I've already talked to you. Let's now copy a dropdown list for. The first argument is an expression with my selected. If I select my country, UK, this value will be sent to my selected country. The second parameter is the list of select list item. It's the list that will be showed. It will be displayed to the user. Let's put a text area for description and a checkbox for my accept terms. This checkbox for, it's just like input of type checkbox, so it's kind of simple. Let's see this form in practice. All right, I will create a post method here, 8p post. The URL will be submit, and here we'll have our client VM. Let's see it in practice. Client. Here we have the HTML helper render to a HTML. You see the select the drop down list for. You have the text area. You have the accept terms. Again, I forgot the submit button. I forgot the styles. Doesn't matter. Let's submit. You'll see again the selected country is USA. Name, gender. I didn't use for anything. I will just remove it from here. Of course, we could create a select list item with a list of genders, but I hope you get the concept. Now let's create the same form using tag helpers. Let's say tag helpers. The text input will be just like a normal text, but the only difference is this ask for attribute here. If we say ask for here, we already have the IntelliSense for my properties of my view model. You see, it's basically the same thing as I did here, but with HTML more likely syntax. Let's create a dropdown. Dropdown is the same thing as HTML, but we have this as items, which is the same thing as the second parameter. The ask items will be a list of select list item with my countries in this example. And this will be the default value of my select list. Here we have a text area, same thing as input, but now it's text area. And here we can specify the roles, just like we did here in the HTML attributes. And a checkbox for accept terms, which the same thing as we did here, but now with HTML syntax. If this property is a boolean, this input will be a checkbox. Let's now style this button. Let's put it right here. Let's create a separated for each one, so you don't confuse yourself. They will send to the same endpoint, but you have a different form. We could use different endpoints, but it's not necessary. Let's see it in practice. Let's say name, test, accept. Here, you see the values of my view model is binded from my form. You see, you can use either HTML helper, you can use either tag helpers, use which one you feel comfortable with. So you can use which one you want on your daily work, but if you are using SNet framework on your work, you can only use tag helpers. If you are on SNet Core, you'll see more tag helpers frequently on the code because it's much more cleaner, it has much more features, and it's more supported on SNet Core projects. This is enough for this lecture. I hope you enjoyed, and I see you again in the future lectures. So, see you.